Here's how to play the rook versus pawn endgame. If you're with the rook, you would first put your rook behind the passed pawn and then bring your king over towards the passed pawn's promoted square. Well, while for black, if he has a, if he only has one pawn and is facing a rook, usually he being it needs the king's help to escort the pawn all the way to promotion and get a draw. That is plans for both players. There's a 50-50 there's a 50% chance for white winning, and there's a 50% chance of getting a draw. So for example, if you play rook to b8, let's say black pawn pushes the pawn on b4, f5, a4, king e4, b3, king d3, king a3, and king to c3, and now we can just simply gobble up the pawn using our rook, and then we are winning the game. So let's say I'm gonna make another position. What if, let's say the king is much more closer to the promoted square. So you would put, so let's say the white does the same idea. Go to b8, b2, king to f king to f5, king a2, and then now king e4, b1 equals queen, check, and then the rook, rook takes the queen. It's just gonna simply be a draw. So so there are those kind of ways. Oh, also by the way, I would end this video right over here, but there's one little concept we need to learn. That is what that is this. So first of all, you, if you if you see that the king, that instead of the pawn being on b6, the king is on b6 and the pawn is on a5, you would first prevent the king from going further to the pawn that can move to f5, because now after a4, so we there's a concept where you should never leave your pawn separated to the king and the pawn, because if because even though the king moves back and forth, we can just we will just use this slow maneuver to be able to catch this pawn. So, but anyway, let's say he plays a4 anyway. Now, again, we would move our king to g7. Because if the pawn would have pushed, we have rook f3, a2, rook a3, and the pawn is going to be taken. So instead, black, you should play like king to a6, keeping an eye on that pawn. So, but it's too little too late, because now we can just simply march forward with our king over here. It's a slow setup, but it is definitely worth using. Let's say a3, we king to b3. But if the king moves, you would go to b4, and the pawn is done for. And then now you would have the king. And now, if you know the basics of how to checkmate with the king and the rook, then you can be able to win this game. So now you know how to do king and rook endgame. The king, rook versus pawn endgame.